14 men were slumped on mattresses and chairs, smoking inside the warehouse, watching over the migrants. One of the men had a pistol tucked into his waistband. Another had a pistol resting on his lap. The men were fussing with their phones, ribbing each other, killing the morning. A slight waft of marijuana smoke lingered in the air. Someone hawked noisily, spat. Arnovis, a thin, strong, hard-gazing 24-year-old Salvadoran man, nonchalantly grabbed his black knockoff Puma backpack, the one his mother had bought for him back in Jiquilisco, wove through a maze of the sitting and slumped bodies, and walked out onto the patio. "Hey, vato, where are you going?" one of the men called. "Just to shower," Arnovis said. "That okay?" "And your backpack?" "My clothes." The shower was a 5-gallon paint bucket filled with water, a plastic bowl floating on the surface. It was set next to the tall concrete wall. A few wires crisscrossed the sky above the patio. A couple of the 14 coyotes, Arnovis had counted them, could see him through a large window. He grabbed the bucket and hauled it over to the door, where he plugged a coiled heating rod into an outlet, ran it back outside, and dropped it into the bucket. He stepped out again, and as the water began to warm, scanned the yard. The walls were about 12 feet high, definitely higher than he could jump. A branch of a mango tree growing on the other side of the wall dipped down far enough he thought he might be able to reach it. But he wasn't sure if it would hold his weight. That branch, he thought. My only hope. Arnovis's brother, living in a suburb of Kansas City, had wired money to the wrong coyote, a man named Gustavo. Well, his brother didn't wire the money. His brother's friend did. His brother doesn't have papers and couldn't send money on his own, which may have been why there was the mix-up. Gustavo, the wrong coyote, got $700 for doing nothing, and he didn't see any good reason to give it back. The problem, and for Arnovis it was a life-and-death problem, was that the family didn't have any more money. After a deportation to El Salvador from Mexico a few weeks earlier and a down payment on the $6,000 smuggling fee, the family sold a prized goat for $300 to help pay for the first trip. There was nothing left. El Suri, the coyote who did not get the money, was the guy actually planning to take Arnovis across the border. The two of them had hit it off, joking around on the migrant trails. Earlier, El Suri had even suggested Arnovis stay in Mexico and work with him. Arnovis got along with everyone. He liked to tell jokes to quell tension and rarely complained. That is, he was just being himself and wasn't angling for a job in human smuggling. Maybe if it was just between El Suri and Arnovis, they could have worked something out. But El Suri had a boss. The boss wanted his money.